on this one. Oh, this is fucking hell. I was wearing makeup last time, and this time I'm not. So people can see the real me, the real greasy, just off a plane Melanie Bracewell. Can everyone hear? This is the classic. This is live. This is not a test. I did not test it this time. Sean just set it up. Just want to check everyone can hear okay, and then we'll get started. Loud and clear. Epic.
Perfect.
Ray, you say something.
Hey everyone, my skin is looking fantastic. I look really good. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the subscription, Mr. Frog17. Thank you for the hype train as well, Brad. Appreciate it. Sorry for I wasn't snapping at you. I just sometimes people on Twitch get very demanding, and it's always like, oh well, Melanie said she was gonna stream for fucking a million years, and anyway, I'm here. You guys are the best. Thank you. Correct answer.
Have a look at that.
We are recapping episodes 3 and 4. Oh, Charles is grumpy.
Okay.
Oh no, he's just rolling around on the ground.
I'll pick him up if it's okay.
If it's okay.
If it's okay. I'll chill.
You okay?
Are there any rules about it?
Hi, Lana Mel Ray. Hey, that would have been a great
Paul.
If Lana was on our series.
Yes. There's a very funny comedian called Lana Walters, and if
she was on the series, it would be the
Lana
perfect Taskmaster pun.
It'd be perfect.
We should start a tribute act, us three. Summertime sadness.
I think that's the only song of hers I know. Should I know any others?
Born to Die.
Born to Die.
What video games?
Video games.
Oh my god, it's like she's in the room with us.
Yeah,
you're both of my top 5 Taskmaster participants for this season. That's huge.
That's huge. Thank you so much.
Because also, I would say that Jeremy and Paul participate in the show.
Yeah, so that's ranking them quite low.
Yeah. Well, who knows? They could be in the top 5 as well.
Yeah.
Hello, Mick MCG1.
There was sorry, talk about my lack of musical knowledge. There was a task that was cut, and it involved, there was a picture of what turned out to be Anna Paquin, but I remember holding it up and saying, is this BB Rexa?
Anna Paquin, yes. Yeah. And I still can't even work out what that means, even though I knew but I don't want to spoil what it was, because they might use that task in the future.
Yes,
69 viewers, sick.
Yes, Paul did. I suggested an alteration to it, and Paul was like, "Oh, don't tell anyone." Hopefully it comes back in season 5. Or
you talk for us for a bit, because I'm gonna post about the Twitch on Facebook. I forgot about, just so people know that it's happening.
Hey Mel, long time no see. All right, well I'm here too. You're here. We're just recapping. Taskmaster season 4, episode 3. What do you guys think about?
Okay, this is terrible. I should never have left you to your own devices. 75, that's way too many. That's not the sex number. Okay, I might actually turn the music down a little bit. It's actually distracting me.
I'll have something to say about the sex number later on.
Yes, true.
A little tease.
You've not stopped talking about that. You've mentioned that about 10 times the day of this studio record. I just thought that I had this great joke about the sex number, and then they just didn't mention the sex number, and then I said that. Well, then I had said this, and then that.
We'll get. Don't worry though. I'm cooking.
Let him cook. Love the new tie. Is that a new tie?
No, it's the old tie. Actually, the tie I wore on the show was the new tie, but
Oh wow! I didn't even know.
I was mixing things up. I put on my old suit because, I took public. Well, here's an insight into my life. I took public transport to get here, and I really didn't want to wear my Taskmaster suit because it's got stitching on it, and I think I just look crazy walking.
You say you look crazy, but barely anyone has even noticed it.
That's true.
In the television show where people are really watching you.
But it feels more noticeable in real life. I feel like the stitching.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, I'm in my head about it.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start episode 3 of Taskmaster. This was the Paul chat.
Yes.
Paul did a FaceTime with is Ray in Aussie or Mel in New Zealand? No, Ray lives in Melbourne now.
And we're clearly in the same place right now, I think.
But no, they're asking.
I see what they mean. Yes, sorry.
Ray.
Great chat.
Great chat. I loved Paul's delivery of might be going to the movies tomorrow.
So funny.
He plays such a little sweet character.
Yes. I genuinely forgotten about this. We forget. I think the Paul chat we forget. Anyway, so it was fun to watch.
Because you're in your head.
Yes.
During the Paul chat, you're thinking, oh, what's my prize task? How am I going to sell it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm stressing.
And I think with Alex appearing in this episode, I think every season of New Zealand Taskmaster has had some kind of random celebrity cameo.
Yes, interesting. This is a good one. This is a good one for the fans, good one for the day ones.
As Ray in two places at once, yes, correct.
Gonna be in the Cheap Seats audience this week. Oh, looking forward to meeting you, Brad.
Make sure they start on time. They're sloppy.
Okay,
I've been in that
all
audience.
right. Okay. So the prize task was
The thing you wish.
you could take on a plane.
Yes.
And I went with a parachute.
Hilarious.
Oh, thank you. Again, I was just going for a gag.
Yeah.
You just want them to reveal your prize, and then for the audience to laugh.
Yeah.
That was just my goal every time. Well, mostly every time.
And Mel, you kicked off the Jeremy, what is the best thing about air travel?
I tried to do it like a Shark Tank or like a, just really trying to sell it to him. But I assume because he's tall, he would hate the
What, parachuting out of an aeroplane?
No, the disembarking part of a plane.
Oh, yes.
And like leg room and all that sort of stuff. So I thought, did they show the tasks in the order you did them? Do they pick and choose what? No, they don't. You've given me two options and both options are incorrect.
Yeah.
In the sense that they don't film the task in order that they want to show them in.
No,
But they don't rig a winner because Jeremy decides as well on the night.
Yeah. And some live tasks, there's just live tasks. There's just no way to tell. So the one we're recapping now is going to be like this objective who wins, and they don't know who's going to put the most ping pong balls on their head or whatever.
Yes, totally. So there's no way that they could rig who wins each episode.
Yeah.
And also, they basically just go for a variety. So they don't want to have like three. Like ones where you've got to be creative, or three ones where you've got to get like a ball in a hole or whatever. Yeah. They just want them to be.
Yeah. So they wait and they see how they turn out, and how different we all were, and what's a good introduction for the audience.
Anyway, I brought a parachute, which is not a real parachute. They're very expensive. Parachutes, thousands of dollars, and so this is actually a kite. A kite that looks like a parachute.
It does. I was convinced.
But it's a kid's. It's one of those. I was going to get like a kite surfing parachute, which are also very expensive. Jesus Christ, Charles, you smell like absolute shit.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Right. I'm right. I was about to blame you for the fart. But fucking hell, Charles just farted so disgustingly.
So this is like you reckon would a kid fly away on this?
So I think you can kind of a little kid can kind of jump in the air, and it's like
okay, like baby's first parachute.
You don't fly up in the air, but you just get you can kind of bounce with it if it's windy enough. Yeah. Anyway, Jesus, your butt stinks, Charles. Yeah. Oh, that is foul.
Yeah, Charles.
What do I feed you? Bubba brought in this, which is a cap to make a water bong, which I think it was the only prize out of this that I kept. Oh no, I kept the parachute as well.
Did you take this?
Spoiler alert, because I won this episode.
Yeah.
Oh no, I did take it, I think, and I just left it at Jeremy's house at the after party. I can't remember, but I did bring it.
The other thing is we were filming 2 episodes at once, so we were never worried about the prizes. We were immediately we got to go film another episode, so we weren't grabbing our haul.
The problem with this as well is that the thing is things you could wish you could bring on a plane. I was the only contestant at that point who lived internationally and would have to bring all of the prizes on a plane 3 days later. So that was one of the issues. But they did all get left in my dressing room, and I kind of just redistributed them because I'm so kind. Yeah. Does the winner of Having Paying Attention get to take home the trophy? No, there's one trophy that they bring out every time. Sorry.
Yeah, I've been robbed so many times of that trophy.
Yeah. Do you keep the crap? You have a right. You have a claim to the crap. I would say.
But the issue is often you're right. It's a lot of it is crap you don't want.
Yeah, exactly. There's like this. No. There's no fucking way I would want to take this suitcase. Which, oh my god! Now that I know you better. This is horrifying because you do not own a functional suitcase. So the fact that you would buy a fucking brand new suitcase to pour shampoo into and not buy yourself a suitcase so that you can use it to move to Australia, that is foul.
That's true. I showed up on Mel's doorstep and she was like, "Oh, let me lead you ahead." I was like, "Don't touch that one. That one's missing." It was
missing wheels. Like, it was like you had moved to Australia with a suitcase that does not function, and then you just wasted a suitcase on this gag.
I've flown to, when I flew to Fiji, I forget where, but I had to sign a declaration saying that my bag was in that state and the airline didn't ruin my bag. It was that bad. Also, I got that bag secondhand, the one that, anyway.
How rich is Ray? Ray is rich, but he will never spend a coin. He will never spend. He's a little Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah,
Nah, Ray's not rich. None of us are rich. This is the thing, is that comedy isn't like...
No.
It is lucrative enough that you can live on it, but it's not... We're not as baller as you'd think would be being on TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially New Zealand TV.
Yes, exactly.
8 kgs of shampoo. Yeah, I had to buy a lot of shampoo. I remember being in the supermarket and opening different shampoo bottles and looking in to see if they were different colours.
Did you want it to be like a mixture?
Quite colourful. I wanted,
and boy, did you succeed. Amazing. Next up was Karen's Keep Out Caution tape, which I saw this in the garage when we filmed social media videos, these sets of seats, and I was like, what are they for?
Oh, yes, that's right, because there was an empty garage.
Empty garage that just had these seats in it. TMNZ is coming to the UK. I'm very excited about that.
Yes, it's so cool. Yes.
So I think the first 3 seasons are coming out in September, and then hopefully ours will come out after that.
But I think I saw someone, commenting that...
I was just brushing past the Reddit and I just happened to stumble across. I love. Sorry, I'll tell you afterwards.
No, I'm very nonchalant. It was just I don't know if this is right or not, but I think they might be even playing like one episode a night. So I don't, which would mean they'd be going through quite a lot. So I don't know if our season will be on there.
Interesting. You sent me a screenshot being like, my friend just sent me this thing from the Reddit.
It was my friend.
And it was titled Ray O'Leary, and it was about your lips, and it was posted 2 minutes before you sent it to me. It was like the screenshot said 2 minutes ago, and you're like, my friend just sent me this. It was so weird. Like, how fast is that? Refreshing the page.
I will go on Instagram. I will find it. I did not. That was not me. But thank you. I am keeping abreast of all comments about my lips.
Okay, all right. Next one is
the box cutter.
The box cutter.
I feel like Di did actually say the words 9/11 in the room. I can't remember, but I feel like some of his discussion. I remember sitting there thinking, like, how many boxes is he opening on planes? Like,
did you not get the joke at first?
No, but he was saying, like, I'm a man who likes to open packages and stuff.
Oh, and I was right, before he revealed it.
He doesn't. But I was like, why does he need a box cutter on a plane?
Yes, but it was just, again, Di's amazing way of like getting into making a joke.
Grab me something about his house and then linking it to a famed terrorist group, which is he's done twice now.
It feels like they cut out lots of the prize tasks. Yes, they do. We do chat for longer.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get to this is when Jeremy makes a call. Okay, Charles is like beating up his toy, so you might hear him growling in the background. This is where Jeremy makes the call to be like, screw you.
Oh, the ball gag. Sorry.
Yeah.
Di was talking about that backstage. I remember being like, how real is this ball
gag? He didn't
gag?
have the ball gag with him. He just mimed the ball gag.
Yeah.
But this is where Jeremy goes, you're not trying hard enough.
Yes.
1 point and 2 points. I'm not giving any 5, 4, 3. And to be fair, this was one of the weaker prize tasks. But I don't think it was like that bad.
Yes.
And then... Yeah.
And it's also something you wish you could take on a plane. And like Jeremy was mad that lots of the things you already could take on a plane.
But there's only a few things that you can't take on a plane. Like you can take a gun on a plane if you check it in. Or like you can take lots of things on a plane. You can take an animal on a plane. You can take these it's so limited if you genuinely are illegal.
Yeah.
The parachute alone is
Yeah, and I think and also it's things you wished you could take on a plane, but you can wish things that are already happened, you know, so anyway.
Totally. But I think it was fun. It was a fun dynamic for him to like...
yes, I enjoyed it.
And, you know, it obviously turned us all on. Obviously. I'm kidding.
I filled out my own 8 kg suitcase.
Oh my god. Let's have a look.
I got a couple of DMs about that and what it looked. Anyway.
Yes, but I think a lot of people were like, oh yeah, it was a weak prize task. But I think if he had scored it normally, no one would have even noticed or cared.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on to the first task, which was leave New Zealand.
Oh, yes.
You have 30 minutes.
Yes, I actually have. I brought it. I mean, I don't know if it's that exciting, but shout out to the art department. After this task, they came in and they gave me the boarding pass. They printed out a boarding pass for every person, I assume.
Well, I never got a boarding pass.
It was in Paul's passport, and so I guess.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, it's all back to front in the camera.
10A.
Yeah,
Ray O'Leary.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
And so it said Air Task. I think the airline has 2 different names: Air Taskmaster and Taskmaster Alliance.
Taskmaster Alliance would be like the Star Alliance,
yes,
which is not the name of the airline.
Flight number NZ S04. Which is
that's cute.
Yeah, destination unknown. It was,
look at you with your little props.
Yeah, I took quite a few things from set. But that one, shout out to the art department because they came out and actually gave it to me, which was very nice.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes.
What are you doing with all the stuff that you have from set? Just decorating your house?
Just decorate my house. If I could get anything for free, I will.
Someone says, how come you came up with the embassy idea and then just didn't do it? It was genius, IMO.
Oh, thank you very much, Joe Cuppa Coco. Does that sound...
is that Joe Rocococo?
That's it. Yeah, that sounds like Joe Rocococo.
Yeah.
The reason why I thought of it and I vetoed it on the grounds that I thought it was too similar to ideas that have already been done in New Zealand Taskmaster. So Brinley had done the...
She'd like go on a road trip or something?
Yeah, she'd gone on a holiday with Paul and she just did a road trip. And also I was on the phone to Kraus the other day and David pointed out that when he time travelled, he strapped a clock to his back and got in the car with Paul, and they just drove around. And
I don't think getting in the car with Paul is necessarily like an original idea anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it's not like getting in the car is not copying someone else.
I was just worried it was too similar, and I was worried it would lead to boring footage of us just sitting in the car. And then later the producers did say to me that it was maybe good that I didn't do it because they'd have to call ahead and ask the Austrian embassy if it was okay. And
go to film there,
yeah.
Right? True.
Yeah.
There's a lot of admin.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like
Kraus went on holiday with Paul to make his hometown proud. I believe it was a different task.
So, I always felt like sometimes they were guiding you. You'd come up with an idea and they'd sort of shut it down, but not really.
Yeah.
So I had the idea maybe of going into international waters. I'm like, do we have access to a boat? Like, if I just get anywhere, like just to the edge of out and further enough in a boat. And Paul very quickly was like, we don't have a boat. I think if I had, pushed hard enough, then maybe we could have gotten on like a ferry or something like that, or somewhere close enough, and made it work.
Yeah.
But then again, I was like a bit nervous about doing something like that. And then I came up with an idea to do.
But this one was one, I mean, I feel like it really panicked. Like, I don't know, leave New Zealand, you're like, this is impossible.
Yes, totally. Yeah. So this is Ray in the Republic of Ray, or Ray Public of Ray.
Yes, I realised I have a real tendency to just name things after myself.
Wow,
really,
that's fresh.
This was. I remember shooting this. This felt like demented. Just me yelling at the camera about the Democratic Republic of Ray, and then drinking the water and
yes.
And there had recently been a flood. I believe it was not safe to drink. I was meant to spit most of it out.
And interestingly, I think when they played your task, they had no music on it, but there was supposed to be music on it.
Yeah.
So it seemed really quiet because all of the other tasks have music on it, and yours was just silent.
I think it was meant to have like military music and stuff.
Yes, but that was added in in post, obviously.
Yeah.
But you're just sort of like sloshing around, and you can hear all of your like footprints and everything in the studio. I remember that.
I'm trying to remember what made it onto the episode, but I remember Paul like trying to motion, like a plane flew overhead, and Paul like motioning to try leave. And
yes.
And all I remember is going out to this area, being like, the only supplies I'm going to bring is this jar of peanut butter.
Okay, we've got to move on quickly because it's already been half an hour. So Karen O'Leary, she pledged allegiance to Australia and made her heart leave New Zealand.
Had New Zealand leave her. I quite liked
That
that.
was fun.
Yeah.
I liked that. And I also like how we can see her fun meter here, which hasn't really been addressed in the season. But she had a fun meter that she would adjust throughout doing tasks, which was really cute. Cute little detail. But yes, I dug a hole.
Yes, great idea.
But in my head, you know when you're growing up as a kid and you go, oh, direct opposite is China.
Yes.
But it's just because you only hear that in like American things. So
Yes.
that's obviously the direct opposite of like America or Hollywood or something.
And given that you dressed Paul up as the place you went to,
Yeah.
pretty good that China is not.
I was genuinely just going to have the flag, but then when it was Spain, I was like, and Paul found a feather. I was like, oh, great, you could just be Spanish and just have this little mustache. And it was, very silly. Dug the hole.
Yeah, and what's great is when you jump back and you can kind of see you're like the little red just over the path.
I thought
is
I'd
so funny.
get it so well of just like the hunch down on the jump. Ray and Karen are not related, right?
Yeah, no, we're not. We've talked about it. We've tried to figure it out, but we don't seem to be related. So anything's on. Also, what was it? Were there any particular things you weren't allowed to do for tasks or jokes you weren't allowed to make? There was only one thing I was told I couldn't do, or that it might not be shown, and it still ended up being shown, and so I didn't.
Oh, it hasn't been played yet?
Yeah, it hasn't been played yet.
Yeah, okay, great. Spoiler alert. Don't share.
No.
But interesting. Yeah, I was never told explicitly no on anything. I don't think from what apart from like gentle guidance, like when I was the cat and I was going to knock over the thing and Paul shook his head.
Yeah.
I was just like, this could be like a funny 3-second joke, but then it just gives the art department a job where they've got to go buy a new one of those things, and it feels so wasteful.
Yes.
Like it just.
Also, there was some things in the study that we weren't allowed to break. I think that were on.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what it was, but we got told like don't damage this or that.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I forgot immediately which ones I wasn't allowed to touch, and
Next up, we had Bubba, who made a mini version of herself and took herself on an adventure. To where?
Was it Mexico?
I think Mexico.
My favourite part was when she said, and we get in the elevator from the movies. And I was like, we all know exactly what she was talking about. Like, she was like that James Bond. It was so good.
We get in the elevator from the movies. Yes, so fun. And then we had Di taking Paul out of the astral plane.
Phenomenal.
Which really got us in the studio. It was such a fun way to, and also so Di. Yeah. Like Di is all into meditation and
East Asian
all that
philosophy.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think he studied it at uni, maybe.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Wow. And it was just such a funny way to interpret it.
Yes.
Singing the rainbows. Shortland Street.
The Shortland Street theme.
Shortland Street theme.
Yeah.
Just so good.
Oh yes, I do just remember that there was in a task for the next episode there was something I was told I couldn't do.
Okay,
but
interesting.
It was boring.
Thanks for bringing it up. Oh, just to interrupt. I'm gonna say something boring soon.
So that's something to lower your expectations for.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Put some hair, skin, fingernails in an envelope. It's posted out of the country. That could be good, but I don't think it would leave the country before 30 minutes.
Yeah, we only had 30 minutes.
Only had 30 minutes, so it did limit us a lot.
We were quite far from anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they gave us 30 minutes on purpose so that we wouldn't all try and leave.
Yeah, it was like season 2 of New Zealand Taskmaster where they had to fly, and it's just like, oh well, you can't fly. So
Totally.
So you have to think creatively.
Next up was the fish tapes task, and this is the only screenshot I have of this task. I was like, I figured it out.
Yes.
But then I got the timing wrong on one of them, I think. And then I felt like I had to reset all of them.
Oh.
So that killed so much time.
Yes.
And I wanted to do it as they had written the task. And I think I was the only person.
You were the only person.
Who did it as they wanted us to do the task.
Yes, and it's like classic Taskmaster of you're the only person who figured it out. You're the only person who did it properly, and you still didn't win.
I didn't win because again I got so far in my head because it was like snap. There was always a fish. It would be like play the kahawai tape, play the pipi tape or something. And then there was one that said snap, and I thought that one's broken and there's a snapper tape. It's trying to say play the snapper tape, but it's fucked up somehow. And so I just like, you know when you're doing like an escape room or something and you're like, this is not even barely attached to the wall. This is fucky. Like, this isn't my fault. There's something wrong with this lock because it's like some shitty one from like that's been tampered with. And it takes you out of it. But obviously they'd done it perfectly fine. And I was just so cynical. But it was such a clever task.
It was so clever. I put all the... did you get the fish poster straight away?
Yes, straight away.
Genius. A very smart idea to get it before you take all the cassettes out of the tapes and put them in different machines.
I guessed the blue mackerel correctly.
Oh, awesome.
And then I was like, I don't think I'm going to get the rest of them. Next one was like the kahawai, and I was in between two. I wasn't sure which one it was. So I just paused them and then went down. It was so fun. I was having so much fun, even though I like seemed very stressed out, and I was stressed out. But I was like, this is my favorite kind of puzzle. And when you get it, it's so satisfying. You're like,
And you were the only one. And Karen and Bubba, they heard enough words that they were able to piece it together.
Yes, I think so. They heard snap and pencil because all the rest of the tapes don't matter.
Yeah,
it's like your time started when you entered the room. Doesn't matter really. Fastest wins. Again, that doesn't really matter. And they just cleverly put snap, pencil, because it wasn't in order. It's not like you got the first word first. You got like the 10th word and then the third word and then...
We should get Joseph or Paul to talk about this tape because of this task, because I mean the amount of time it took for them, I think, to source all the stuff and then to record the tapes, because all the machines also played the tapes in slightly different speeds.
Yes.
And so you had to put the tapes in the exact right machines, the exact right time.
That's why, because it would be like they would try and time it, but then a different tape player would play the tape at a different speed, so it would just totally fuck it up. But I
think it ruined their weekend trying to set this
They
up.
did it, I think I was the first to do it as well, so that was probably reassuring that they were like, it's solvable.
It's solvable. Yes. I've never even used a tape. I mean, I had, but it was this when I found the CD.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the only way to solve it.
Really?
I had no clue what was going on with those machines. Like I heard enter the snap room maybe, I'd play the cassettes and then I'd just leave them playing and I'd put in another one, and so they were just saying I was just hearing random words and I didn't know what was going on.
You didn't at any point go I need to be careful about the tapes and not losing the labels of them and stuff like that, because that was it
was already too. I grabbed the fish poster after I'd already put in quite a few cassettes around the place, so I think I may have lost some as well.
There's no way.
Yeah, I was, and then after I finished, it took me half an hour. So I think I spent the longest trying to solve it.
I think I still took 20 minutes. Yes. So I was not that much faster than you.
but at least you had an idea of what you were doing. I was just 30 minutes of me spiraling around.
Thank you, Che Whiteley. Appreciate the sub.
But yes, and the crew came out and they applauded me, and I remember just being like,
they would have been so happy that someone found the CD, because you were the only one that found that there was a CD. Yeah. I was very sus that wasn't the one, that one wasn't used.
Yes.
So I should have looked and seen that there was something else.
Yes.
Bubba was 17 minutes. Yeah, Bubba beat me, and I went, she beat me, and I realized how psychopathic I sounded, and really was like, oh no, I just meant it sort of crazy that she didn't seem to understand the task, but still beat me as in I'm so silly.
Yeah, she didn't find the trick.
But then it came across like I was some sort of school bully.
I loved an idea from someone's comment in a social media post, and it was to find a country's embassy if it's within 30 minutes. Yes, I did. I did that.
You said that in the episode. It wasn't his idea.
It was I said it, and they repeated it.
They copied it.
Yeah, I believe the Austrian embassy was 22 minutes away.
Can you please repeat that? I missed it. Thanks for subscribing, I think is all I said to you.
Yeah.
Do you have to start the tapes at the same time to hear the task read correctly? Or was it the order they played? No, you have to play them at a certain time. So it would be play the next one in 3, 2, 1. So it was timed so that it would... and they did repeat. And then eventually they get to the end and you have to rewind them. So that's what stressed me out as well. And they were in different they were in a different order, so it wasn't just the first word, second word, third word, fourth word. It would be the 10th word, the third word, the fourth word. So then once they were all playing and you had played them at the correct time, it would tell you the task. And it was very satisfying when I finally got it. And again, I was like,
good.
snap pencil. Because you just think it's not in the right way. So I genuinely said, snap pencil, and put it on my head. It was like, snapper. And I'd already said what it was. Snap pencil. Snapper pencil.
So good.
Where's the snapper tape? And then not till later. I was so silly.
It was so good. I think it did not take Di a very long time to write rune time down on a bit of paper and hand it to Paul.
So Di just wrote rune time because he misheard one of the tapes.
It said room, I think.
It said room. He said rune time, wrote it on a piece of paper, handed it to Paul, and then left the room, and then had to snap a pencil in the studio. And
91 days.
91 days.
Where can I watch the episodes in Oz? I certainly wouldn't recommend going on YouTube and searching Taskmaster NZ Series 4 and finding someone who's uploaded.
We would never condone that sort of behaviour.
Do VPNs count towards TV shows ratings on streaming?
Maybe VPN's better.
Yeah.
But also, never break the law.
Never break the law. But if you are going to...
It's also going to be available on Binge in October.
Yes.
So a few months away.
Yeah.
And then you can watch these streams and understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Sorry, these are definitely spoiler streams. We're going to give away.
Yeah, they're recaps. It's the...
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on to the next task, which was... spooky.
First, find an inanimate object, and we didn't know why.
Yes.
Was this the one where, and it shows a clip of me and I'm looking under the table or Paul's
Yes.
head? That was because at the start of every task...
Don't clarify, it's funnier. Ray's I don't want to look stupid. But you can explain.
No, I was... at the start of every task, I would try to look around to see if there was a hint or there was something, and I never found anything ever. Even when there were things hidden.
Yes. So we walk in and you can't really see the task because it's in amongst the sheet and then it's sort of floating around. Yeah. And it showed us all kind of looking at the task or looking for Paul handing it over and Ray looking under the table.
I'm right looking under the table and Paul's just there
holding it like that. So good. Yeah. So the task was find an inanimate object.
Yes, everyone struggled with that word.
You had 3 minutes. And place it on the desk. This was not the full task, obviously, but I posted this on TikTok, my interpretation of this task, and people were like, I would have put the envelope down and won straight away. It's not the fastest to put down an inanimate object. Oh, I would have won. No. And anyway, the actual task was to make a horror film with your inanimate object.
Yeah.
And someone commented that going, I would have put the envelope down. I'm like, oh, you still got to make a horror movie. Yeah. And they replied, just thought of a really good one. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Just thought of one now.
Perfect.
So
I should get them on the show.
Yeah, give me the 5 points. So the first up was... Ray O'Leary.
Oh, yes.
I wanted to ask whether the title of your film came before you started filming.
No, I filmed the task, and then I don't know if Joseph did this. I assume he did with everyone, but he came into my waiting pen, the room, and he said, "What's the name of your film?" And then I said, "I flamingo what you did last summer." No, what was it? Yeah, I flamingo what you did last summer.
Mine, I think Joseph ran after me as I was walking back to the house. I was what is the title of your film?
Yes. This one had a powerful message about conservation. And
yes, the umbrella, the first object. When you realised what you had to do with it, did you regret the object you chose?
No, because I grabbed 2 objects and brought them in, and the other was just a chain.
But a chain could be.
Yeah, it could be scary, but I just feel like the flamingo had a lot more
personality
to it, and I got to be able to go like, so my acting chops were on display.
Right, I got to go
every man's dream.
That's the opportunity you've been waiting for, and you can't do that. You could have done that with a chain.
Yeah.
fucking good. And your first instinct was like, do you guys have raw meat? Like that was your first thought, was raw meat in the umbrella.
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to remember why I thought of that straight away. But I guess
You're a vegan.
Yeah, I am vegan. Yeah, so I'm not a great vegan.
You had to get them to source meat that could not be eaten by anyone.
It didn't end up being raw meat. It was I think there was a lot of spaghetti. And there was like just random stuff that was just already in the house.
Okay.
And someone from the art department did mix it together for me to put in the umbrella. And I remember asking her, "Is this a career low light for you?" And she said yes, which is not. I was hoping she would, but this one was I remember just sitting here and just looking at all the film crew, getting ready to film this thing and being like, what am I doing? Like this one was definitely like, what am I? I can't believe I'm having this, like, anyway.
Someone's asked if that was the same umbrella for Perry Mobbins.
Yes, I have a tendency to go back to the same props, which you'll see later on.
Okay, amazing. So that was beautiful. And we got a moment from the title sequence, which was the sword in Paul, which was great. I thought edited amazingly.
Yes.
Looked all these horror films. The editing was so good.
Yes, I love being able to see me pop out behind this.
Yes.
Yeah, but they've edited the rest of me out. It was so good.
So great. I love how your two characters are you by yourself, Paul with a wig, and then you with the same wig, I guess. Backwards, maybe?
Yeah. Was it the same wig? No, it may have been a different wig.
Yeah, because Paul's wig looks a lot nicer than your one. Yeah. And then you with a wig and Paul without a wig.
Yes, and I made sure that Paul's character was the one that said the bad thing about the environment and not me.
Next up was me.
So
oh, yes. This was the shot I was most proud of because I wanted to do all the horror tropes and the classic brushing of the teeth and then spitting and then it being in the mirror. But then when I went away, it was gone.
Yes, that was so...
And it was so fun. I was glad that I had like a scary object.
Yes.
Like you could make scary. And again, the editing was so good. They did such a good job.
Yes.
Yeah, I basically just did a bunch of different horror tropes and put it together.
Yeah, so good. The finding of the crazy item and blowing the dust off it.
The dust that was fun. I was like,
good.
it should be dusty.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was sort of like, they got some corn flour and stuff. And I was just like, I reckon put heaps on.
Yes.
Like, I want this to just cover it in dust. It's going to be the dustiest thing ever.
It was so good. They cut you getting a phone call from the gorilla, right?
Yes, there was a telephone and I was like, oh, this is another great horror trope, which was just like the phone ringing and I wanted to answer the phone and there'd be monkey noises on the other side. But then when we played it in the studio, it wasn't monkey noises, it was just like heavy breathing.
Yeah.
And it didn't quite work as the gag. And so I'm glad that they cut it out eventually. Yeah. So that was my horror film. Do you give editor's notes? I did at the time, but only because you're directing it. But it kind of is in the editor's hands to make some decisions as well.
Yeah.
Like you don't have enough time to give them like a full paper edit shot by shot. And they're a better editor than us. So I'm so glad that they do it.
Yes.
But when you're shooting it, you give them an idea of what you're after.
So yes, I went straight to I went straight to teenage summer. I don't watch many horror films. I do not like the horror genre.
We'll move on to Die. I loved Dies.
So funny.
Dies was super funny. Like all of the lines of it were really funny. Yeah. The creepy character coming over as him, it was shot so well. It really was shot well in terms of like he seemed like a different person there.
Yes.
And he had binoculars, which was not an easy prop to make a horror movie out of.
No.
And he did it so well. I love the red rings.
Yeah.
Just the little lines where he's dying and he says, "Tell my kids to do my GST."
So good. I love Paul dying, and then he's like, "All right, but let me just have a quick look through these binoculars."
See what he was looking at. It was so funny. Yeah. This one made me laugh a lot. Yes. Die is just like
a comedy genius.
Comedy bones. Yes. Just like he can't help not being like being funny. GST is like goods and services tax.
Yeah,
it's just like
if you're from the UK, then it'd be VAT is the equivalent. But in New Zealand, it's applied to all objects, not just luxuries.
And you can claim it. Yeah, you can claim it. And then whatever.
boring.
This is why.
Yeah, but I reckon we should focus a bit more on the tax side.
Yes, I'm excited to hear your boring anecdote, which you've teased.
I will say it's a bit more exciting than GST.
Okay, all right. We'll move on to Karen, who also had which I think you guys suffered by choosing a bird prop.
Both
Both choosing a bird prop. It's always the case if two people are like, your movies are completely different.
Yes.
But if there is one similarity, then Jeremy has a great excuse to just give you the same score. And I think
Yes.
maybe he did that to you guys.
I'll have to double check.
Can't remember.
Sorry, yeah.
But yes. And then also the theme of eyes being picked out. So there was
Yes.
it was like if there was a few themes that carried through.
Yeah.
But again, we saw that Karen is not the only professional actor, because Bubba is as well.
But her acting chops are on display.
Her acting chops are on display. You can see the pain in that face.
She actually cared about Paul.
Yes. So that was lots of fun. And then we had Bubba. Oh, I didn't quite get the right screenshot here, but I laughed so hard when the attack was the rock going in her mouth and making her become a rock.
Yeah.
It was such a funny choice.
It's so funny, and it was genuinely, I think, watching it in the studio, it was the most spooky. It was like the most horrifying one.
Yes, exactly. That moving to the new place with the bat, that was so fun. I loved again all the tropes in hers, where she's like, when the shot where she's in the garden and she waves up and Paul goes, "Hi." I was like, oh, that was just so good.
Yes.
So funny. When she says, "I'm fine, just stoned."
Perfect.
Marriage on the rocks.
Yeah, so
For context, yours was called Flamingo, what you did last summer. Mine was called King Wrong, which as I was going to the room, I'm like, killer gorillas right there.
Yeah.
But I went with King Wrong. It's just so stupid. And then
Marriage
Di's was, what was Di's title?
Oh, well, I'd have to look it up. I'm so sorry. Would it be on the...
No idea.
No, I don't think it would be, sorry. I'm not sure.
I can't remember. If anyone knows in the chat what his was called. Because
Yes.
I remember it being, all of the titles were really funny.
And they were all puns on the... Also, Di would said it in the studio. You might remember better than me what he said about the binocular. He said,
yes.
I had not one.
Yes.
Oh, binoculars. That's right.
Binocular. Yes, that was so good. But in the studio he said, then when I found not one, but two noculars, it killed. It was so funny. But I'm so surprised they didn't keep that in.
Yeah.
Anyway, next task was...
The live task.
The live task, which caused a real rift.
Yeah.
You see me in the background because I sort of saw that little beady look in your eye. But also I thought it only said you had to stand behind the plinth. So I went, if I stand really far behind the plinth, I'll be able to see...
Oh, it did. I broke the rules. It said stand behind your plinth, right? But
yes,
maybe
you're still kind of behind it.
Yeah, that's true.
What is behind?
Yes. What is
So
love?
I was behind it, and I thought if I went further enough back, I would be able to still see.
Yeah.
I'd be able to bring the thing and just to do it like that. It did not work at all.
Yes, I think I was going to go for you first with this, but we looked like gorillas getting nits off each other.
Yeah.
but I think I was definitely going to go for you first, but you moved out. Yeah, you moved out of the way.
Yes.
And I would like to say I remember you, but I also had the idea of Bubba to put the jar on my head, but then I saw she did it first. I thought, I can't do it now. I also.
Well done, Ray.
You.
You get 1 million points of creativity.
Thank you. I also would have definitely have forgotten to put my hands on my hips, and then I would have probably bowed and knocked them all off.
Yeah, right. Mel and Ray, long-time fan, first-time chatter. Oh, thank you. Saw you on Aussie TV this last week. I've been on for 3 years. Catch up.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next... which was a tie-break task, which was the first tie-break task.
Yeah.
And it's a very simple one. Try and get a cup of coffee in
this big cup.
I didn't realize the coffee was hot, and I was going to measure it into my hands. and then I saw a bit of steam evaporating. I was like, oh wait, I shouldn't do that, which I'm very glad I didn't. And then I don't live there okay. I didn't know, because you're called Kiwi X, and you could live there. This is James Acaster. Oh my God, he's back.
He's back. This guy can't get enough.
How many tie breaks do you film? It's hard to know, because you just film all the tasks together and you don't really know if it's a tie break or not.
There are some you get a vibe for because they were so quick, and they're often written in a way where there's no
subjectivity.
Yeah,
it's just like, yeah.
It's like quick and over and done. But yeah, this one I remember afterwards there was some studio chat because Bubba measured cups in a really weird way. Like she measured it in terms of like medicine or drugs or something. I forget.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I forget what it was, but there was some really funny chat about how Bubba
measured it in her mind.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to I won this. I won again.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I had to take your disgusting suitcase that you'd ruined. There's one of those suffering tasks where one person does it, nobody else does. Well, you have to keep watching the season to find out. Moving on to episode 4, where the first prize task, I actually didn't get a screenshot of Paul's chat. Do you remember what it was here? I think it was just a joke. Oh, it was striking. It was, I went to the bowling alley and all the employees were striking, and I didn't want to interrupt them when they're on that kind of form.
So
Great gag.
Great gag. I love bowling.
Yeah. So this prize task was the most unlikely thing to find in a public restroom.
Yes.
And Karen brought in a clean bit of lino, which is great. Great way to establish the prize task.
Very funny.
Very funny. Killed in the room. It was good vibes.
And Jeremy had the line you loved.
Yeah, which is doesn't see that clean bit of lino. Doesn't that make you want to piss all over it? It's just Jeremy is very funny, and he doesn't get enough credit, I think. Right. And also, again, a lot of this banter gets cut down because if you don't cut it down, especially with the previous episode, people say the prize task was a lot shorter. The whole episode had to be shorter because there was a tie break as well. So you got a whole nother task that you got to play. So they've got to take seconds out where they can.
And the horror film task, there wasn't one where we could all be edited together. That was one.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was a long one.
Yeah.
Yes. So we had this clean bit of lino, which was great. Yeah. She, spoil it, won the prize task. Next up, we have Bubba with a welcome mat, which this actually really got me. It made me laugh because it's quite unsettling.
Yes, and I forgot that Bubba wanted to bring in her friend's placenta.
Umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord, that's right. I remember there was... Maybe we talked about that more, but I remember...
A lot of Bubba's prize tasks start out with, this is my second option because they wouldn't let me bring in this, or I wanted
to bring in the most absolutely deranged demented thing, and the producers had to say no.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
My one actually... Before we get to mine, I had one that the producer... This is the only one that the producer said I couldn't bring in. This was my second option.
Oh, I'd love to hear what the first one is. I think Bubba... It'll be interesting to see if it makes the episode, but there's one later on that's even crazier than trying to bring in someone's umbilical cord.
Yes.
That Bubba was not allowed to bring in.
Next up was me. So it was... I went abstract.
That big tease you were here just before. Well, here it is.
Yeah, the abstract, because it was I said something that's quite hard to find anywhere, which I went for, I went for Where's Wally, but my first thought was I was going to bring an anatomical model of the G-spot.
That's
saying
right.
No one's finding the G-spot in a public restroom. And I felt proud of that as a gag, but they were like, it's not the tone of the show. No. And 7:30 a little too early. But we didn't know it would be on at 7:30 at that point.
Yes. The G-spot's so good. So I've heard. The Where's Wally, I think it's such a... Was he really $120?
Yes. Oh. Yeah, it came with like a few accessories. There's a little book he stood on. And it was like, I ordered it from a website and it like arrived right the day before I was supposed to leave. So I was worried. Yeah.
Yes, it happened. My orange underwear arrived the day before.
You could have got an orange underwear.
No, it was hard. I went into the store. It's not a popular colour to get in. Have you ever seen a man wearing bright orange underwear before? It feels like it's just not a popular colour.
Okay, good to know.
But this...
Didn't Julia Morris do that on OzTM?
Don't know. Don't remember.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch Australian TM, but did she bring in the G-spot?
I don't remember.
Or did she bring in Where's Wally? Or did she bring in Lino?
Yeah, what did she bring in?
I'd love to know, because I want to make it clear that I hadn't seen it.
Not popular yet, Ray. What does that mean?
She brought in the G-spot. That seems so specific.
I don't remember, but I saw most of this season, but not all of it. And the other one, this one...
the undies.
Oh, the undies.
She brought in...
Oh, I'm a trendsetter. Yes, of course. Yes, yeah, that's true. I'm the first person. I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time until I see quite a few people dressed in those orange.
Yes.
But this one, it also reminded me... Yeah, I think this is like... I really wish I had thought of a prize task like this, but I think it's so good of like going completely left field lateral thinking like that. It reminds me when Joe Thomas had to bring in the best present for a doctor, and he said best present for anyone, a BMX.
Yes, so good.
Yeah.
So funny. Next up was Di and his camera that hasn't been developed.
Terrifying thing to find in a bathroom.
Yes, very crazy. Again, something he's found in his house. Something's dying. No, something's dying, a battery. I don't know what it is, though. It can't be this, because this is plugged in. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in very well. This is just a bad cable. Is that really loud in people's ears?
I mean, I can hear it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, Di is just bringing junk from his house. Wait, no, it was a prostate Julia brought in. Bit different. Oh, that does
What was
ring a
the
bell.
task?
Yeah, if you could remind us what the prize task is. Was it something she found 15 meters from her house on her 15 minutes? That was one of them. That was the one of the.
That's funny.
That was a prize task I remember, and someone brought in. I think did Luke McGregor bring in a chair he just found? Anyway, it was.
So Di brought in something from his house. Next up was was Ray, who had written Jeremy's. Did you actually write this on public restrooms, and did you get rid of it afterwards?
I did get rid of it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes. But I actually told Jeremy that, and Jeremy did not seem to care one way or the other. he did not mind, and it was his real number.
It was his real number,
and they got projected to the entire studio audience.
So this has been censored in post production, not to the studio audience.
Yeah. So if you see the prize that the winner, Karen wins, does she? Yeah. Anyway, the person, whoever wins, there's the framed photo. It's blacked out because that was the one I sent it initially to production, being like, "Oh, we probably can't show Jeremy's phone number in the room." And the producers were like, "No, we can." And so everyone saw Jeremy's phone number in the room.
But it worked though, because you had to go, "That's your phone number, right?" Because otherwise he could be like, "It's 02 whatever the fuck." Yeah. It adds a layer. Yeah. Moving on to the first task, which was improve Paul.
Yes.
And Bubba changed his clothes and put him in a better mood.
Yeah.
I loved the graph. That was fun.
Yes.
And like the graph was on the graph, and it went up after he'd done the graph. It was very silly. We're gonna keep going through because I need to eat some dinner soon. Next up was Karen, who improved Paul by teaching him all of the 50 states in alphabetical order.
Yes, which I remember feeling not impressed by, but then watching it back, I was like, that's really impressive. And I think Paul, mostly nailed it, and it only needed help a couple times. And I think the only times he needed help were shown.
Yes, totally. It was like a couple times he needed help. And it made sense that Karen was scored so highly for this, because like Pim kind of actually improved him by giving him this knowledge that he might use in the future.
I think it's debatable how useful this knowledge is, but Paul. Paul, I remember saying was really defensive of it. It was like, no, everyone was really impressed when I did it in the room.
Yeah.
I think the crew were really amazed.
I genuinely think that Karen deserved to win this.
Given your memory task that comes up, Ray, surely you. Yes, my memory task. Yes.
And then Di did a fashion show, gave Paul some beautiful eyeliner.
Yes.
I love my favourite line from this: beautiful off-the-shoulder earrings. It's just like he's combined like 3 different fashion phrases he's heard into one: off-the-shoulder earrings.
Yes. The other thing about this task is in the envelope it said you cannot change Paul's hair.
Oh yes, totally. It said because Paul's hair is already perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. Which they've edited out because none of us obviously did it.
Yeah. But it was, I guess, just to stop us from shaving him bald.
Yeah.
Which I think Bubba might have. How do people get tickets to the studio audience? I think Kevin and Co. or NZ studio audiences. Anyway.
Yeah. It will be quite some time before the next one, I imagine. Panic at the Disc Paul. That's great. And I unveiled Paul sort of like the latest iPhone. I was sort of wearing a skivvy. That was the idea, like trying to be like Steve Jobs.
No, I think you nailed it.
Nailed it? Okay, great.
And Jeremy did love...
this was I was happy to break. Like I broke Jeremy a few times, but I think this is the biggest laugh I got out of Jeremy in the studio, was me saying silver bow tie, we listened. Which is just like one of those classic tech phrases. We listened to the feedback, and I did actually sledge Paul quite a lot. Like, everyone's been saying he's really weak. He's like, I kept saying like all these really mean things about him. I went, don't worry, I've fixed it. But they edited that out, which I'm kind of glad. And yes, I made him a beautiful, turn him into a robot. Yes. I also got him to learn some facts where I would be like, what's the population of Turkey? And he'd be like, the population of Turkey is. Right. But because it was too similar to Karen's, it got lost in the edit. Oh. And I like this weird third eye I gave him as well. That took a lot of time.
Is that what that's meant to be?
So it's like a third eye, sort of like a cyborg thing. Like, and it had a little googly on it. Oh. And it did he ever say no to anything? Not really.
Not from memory. I don't ever remember being told outright no by Paul.
There was some guidance where sometimes you would say like a couple ideas, and sometimes at the second idea he'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, okay, I'll do that one.
Yeah.
But it was never told like what you can't do or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, never. I felt like I don't know, like two kids mucking around. Like, it was like, I don't know. Like, Paul was very willing to yes and just go wherever. Yes.
Next up is you guys doing a little role reversal.
Yes, I improved Paul by making him me. There was a lot. I remember at first being like, could I improve his breath? I remember I sniffed his breath in the room.
What?
I was just trying to think of like the areas where he may be deficient. But
yeah, that'd be great for television. A smell-based execution of a task where you'd have no measurement for whether you actually did it.
Yeah, I wish I had made him do a creative task looking back, but this was a lot of fun. I'm glad he looks good in that suit. Okay. I'm glad I made him wheel me around in the wheelbarrow.
Yes, that was great. Does Paul play it straight all the time behind the scenes? Well, it's hard to tell because they weren't really allowed to say much to us anyway.
Yeah, he loves doing bits back behind
the scenes. Oh yeah, he's
like,
really funny to talk to, but you would never be able to be like, talk about the task. He'd be like, no, talking about it. Like, that's, you gotta, there's a rule.
And in fact, even now when I ask him what was your favourite task to do, he goes, because I'm curious, what's it like as the Taskmaster assistant to do a task, or to watch them or whatever. And Paul, when I ask him, he always says, jump over the line, throw the fruit, and it's like, okay, you're not answering me. Just tell me the one task you did.
Yeah, he is. It's like that spin-off interview he did just recently where he did not answer any of the questions seriously at all.
It was so funny.
Next up is the play.
The play.
Beautiful play.
Genius premise of getting us to look at a bunch of things that we all are aware of but don't really know about.
Yes. Yeah. This is another one. Look, I'm doing a Ray quoting myself. But this is one where I've got Paul the crack in the studio, which felt very special because he'd already heard it. Yeah. I said that, I'm a millennial, I'm addicted to scrolls on my phone. It's so stupid. Yes. But
I remember us trying to figure out why Julius Caesar got assassinated, and I think you said what policy could he have passed that made people want to kill him? And I remember saying 3 waters.
We're all still talking about that. Yeah. So we had these guys got the Guy Fawkes.
Yes.
And we had the assassination of Julius Caesar.
Still don't know what's on the other scrolls.
I feel a bit embarrassed by my choice of costume.
Yes, that's right.
So I kept thinking about the costumes, and this is what I did for almost every task that was a period piece. So I did it for the British one. Yeah. Well, not really a period piece, but like I was like, King wears frills. And everything in my brain, like all old-timey, is frills. And then I looked it up and I'm like, I could have just worn a toga, which would have made so much more sense, would have been more Roman. But also like Roman knights' uniforms, they wear those kind of red skirts. I looked more like a Roman soldier before I put any costume on than afterwards.
You're wearing a
feather hat.
Yeah, you look like Yankee Doodle.
I spent so much time putting the feathers on the hat. Like it was just so stupid.
That's right. I remember you were getting your costume ready and I was taking objects from the shed to the curtain, because I remember I was very preoccupied with matching different outfits to different items, so that way we could all come out and assassinate you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we had, the only things we knew were that a lot of his, I actually think we were actually pretty accurate.
Yes.
Despite the obvious jokes.
Yes, I agree.
The essence was all of his kind of people that he thought were his friends,
Killed.
and they all had a go.
Yes. And I think in terms of historical accuracy, I think maybe we were a bit more historically accurate.
And also, like, Caesar was not like someone who necessarily did anything wrong, but they were worried about someone being so popular and having so much power.
Yes.
And so that's why they wanted to end his reign, because it was scary that he had so much power, and he was loved.
Yes. I don't know if you can tell, but right after we did this task, we went and watched a video of why Julius Caesar got assassinated.
And it was on my YouTube, and it was fucking purple, because I had already seen this video.
Yes.
I watched this Ted Ed video. I was like, I know I've watched a video about Caesar, and I think it was in the, like, maybe 6 months before. So I just totally, like, I'd retained some information, like Et tu, Brute, and like all the
Brute.
Brute, yeah, right. And that all of his people kind of betrayed him. But I had forgotten all of the details. Yes. Anyway, then we had our team of 3 who did Guy Fawkes.
This was a phenomenal play.
So fun. Fucketh Youth,
yes, okay.
which unfortunately got bleeped in the edit because it was so funny. Fucketh Youth.
The Rainbow's End, singing the ad for the Rainbow's End theme parks.
It was just like Di started it, and then they all joined in. The limitations of this task and why it looks so crappy is that you just have you cannot rely on any editing.
Yeah.
It had to be in frame, and everything had to be in real time.
Yeah.
So a lot of like changing costumes or doing all that sort of stuff, you see the clunkiness of that, and it's really like hard to not make it look like fucking children doing a play.
Yes.
You know, like in Christmas time, you're like, we've written a play and we want everyone to watch it, and it's really shit, and the whole family has to watch.
That was absolutely what we did, except the one person who was meant to watch it was in our play.
Yes.
So we were performing to no one.
And Paul was like, skateboards weren't invented in that year. I'm like, you brought the skateboard out. You chose to do that. That was your choice, Paul. You can't mark us down for that.
Yes, yeah. Paul's lines were unscripted, apart from the IV to 4 more hits, which was
I thought of that.
Yes, you did. You came up with it very early on. You were like, we've
got to have a Roman numeral joke.
Yeah.
And it did not land in the studio at all. I was like, an IV, I've got a dumb joke, an IV, and then you say 4 more something.
Yeah.
And the studio did not get it. Yeah. They just kind of were like, okay.
Yes, and I remember we also had not thought of a way to end the play. So I just came out and just said, she's dead, or he's dead.
Yes. I mean, neither did the other team.
No,
they sung the Rainbow's End theme song. From the US. Thank you for both helping me discover the amazing NZ and Australia comedy scene. I adore your earnest and sometimes confused expression you have on the show whenever you try to explain yourself. Your perseverance is one of my favourite parts. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you, black people.
That's so sweet.
I will say, I've said this in the previous stream, that I filmed all of my tasks back to back. Yeah. And I am naturally very competitive. So when I try and reduce my competitiveness, I get into this like almost sad thought of like, oh no, what's going wrong? Like, the Ivy joke was genius. Oh, great. After a 2-second pause.
Yes. I love the use of the word perseverance in the
yeah. Oh, well, we'll see how it goes.
I've also, did I have thick lipstick on?
You have big lips.
I just have big lips.
And you're in the sun.
Yeah.
There's a bit of contrast, like what you used to, like studio lighting, which can wash people out. Yes.
And the other thing is, this doesn't quite answer the question, but I love doing the team task day. It was the most fun day of tasks, I think, easily.
I disagree. I had more fun on my own. Anyway, moving on. Right. No, I love the team task day. It's very fun. I'm looking forward to the remaining team tasks that we have left, because they're really fun.
Yes, we got a couple of goodies.
Yeah. Look forward to that, guys. Yes. The next couple episodes, I think. I think the next couple episodes people are going to really enjoy.
Yes, I think so. Someone asked, I think, maybe what's our favourite episode of this season. of the series, and I think the next episode was my favourite. And
My-
also the
yeah.
finale was
The finale was really great as well.
The finale was electric.
Yes, the vibes were so fun.
Yeah.
So the whole, I think, the next couple episodes, I think people are going to really love. I'm hoping, anyway.
Yeah, there are 10, yes.
Most people would have given up after that, but not Mel.
Yeah, there's the perseverance.
Oh, well, right.
They're-
Did I enjoy doing philosophy? Stay on topic. No, I did enjoy it. That was really fun.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Will's great.
next task was make a bet with Paul.
Yeah.
You must, and then win the bet.
Yes. Oh, episode 7 was hilarious. Wow, someone went to the
Into the recording of episode 7.
and then is also. I think I remember what happened in episode 7. I think.
Yes,
We-
I
we-
think
no
so.
spoilers.
Yes,
but,
I know exactly what happened in episode 7.
yes.
It's another great episode.
Yeah, another great episode. And this task. This is one. Was there a part? So it was about making a bet with Paul. You had to get Paul to agree to the bet.
Yes.
Was there an element of the task that was cut? A second part, which was that you had to bet him something.
No.
Like, was there?
No,
There was
it
nothing.
said make a bet with Paul and then win the bet. Paul must agree to the bet. You have 30 minutes. Whatever. But that confused me because I was like, I'm going to bet you $10, and then it was like, you can't bet money.
Yes, that was the boring thing. That was.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's right. That's all we got there.
We got there. It's this boring thing that I've been, hinting
Teasing
at.
for the whole time.
It was that I was told that we weren't allowed to bet for money by the network. It was
Yes.
I guess because there must be rules about gambling and
Yes, and encouraging gambling. Yes. So I would then. Oh, let's go through it.
We'll go through it.
Karen did a classic fluffy bunnies
Yes.
sort of style bet,
Yes.
which was so smart because it looked so funny.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
It was
It
disgusting.
looked awful, but she looked
But it-
crazy.
Like televisually
Yes.
was a great bet because you could see competition.
Yeah.
But again, it's funny, like the Leave New Zealand one as well. Like Karen doesn't seem to leave where the task is. She just would have looked and seen the marshmallows and gone with a bet. Like she didn't look around.
No, wait, were the marshmallows up in the kitchen?
Oh, maybe they were.
Yeah, but yes, and she does have that.
A lot of the time, she reads the task and she finishes the task in the room that she
Yes,
was
yes,
reading the
that's
task in. Paul, fine. And then, Karen immediately gagging.
Yeah.
So Paul did really well. Paul won this bet.
Yes, Paul. Easy one. That's my contribution, Paul.
Paul. Yes, it was so silly. They do prompt sharing at certain points, but there were so many genuine laughs throughout the one I went
Yes,
to.
that was asking
Great.
this person, yes, Joe Cup of Cocoa was asking about. So I mean, obviously, every TV recording does encourage laughs because.
But no, there's no sign saying laughed out.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
anything, I honestly think the New Zealand crowds were very muted.
Yes, absolutely.
Compared to TV I've done in Australia,
Yeah.
I found the studios, you really had to work hard to get the audience on
Yes.
board. They laughed, but also the problem we had in our studio was the audio on the VT, like this is
Yes.
again more boring admin, but the audio on the task is quite low.
Yeah.
So I think people were nervous to laugh over
Hmm.
the tasks because then you can't hear what's being said.
Yeah, especially on the first day, we really struggled to hear.
We couldn't hear anything. Like
Yeah.
your cherry mobbins, I could not hear any of like the dialogue.
Oh.
But all the stuff, obviously all the like flying gags and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. Where I was like had to watch it at home and hear a lot of the
Yes.
jokes that you had done.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we had Big Dog Ray. This is not even your final form. You haven't even evolved yet.
Oh,
By 132, you
Yes.
managed to name 160 something.
I believe I named 169.
Oh,
so
yes.
I got to 150. Paul actually encouraged me to keep going in case I got some wrong.
Yeah.
I named 169. I think I got to 168. No, sorry, I got to 168, and Paul told me to name one more, and I immediately said that's immature.
Yeah.
And I broke Paul. I really wish they'd kept it in. I
Yeah.
broke Paul, and Paul was like, and I was like, that's not funny. And Paul was like, anyway, I was and the other part was that I thought a bet. You had to lose something if you were, like you had to bet for something.
Yes.
And so I, and since we weren't allowed to bet for money, I bet for the clothes off Paul's back. And so they filmed, well, they didn't film Paul getting undressed, but Paul got undressed in the caravan and gave me his clothes.
Oh,
and
great.
so I put his top on again for a...
Oh, they must have cut it because you'd just done that.
So twice I wore Paul's clothes. It was for this one.
And also because I took his jacket as well.
Yeah.
So, next up is Di, who made such a funny bet, which was just getting Paul to do something. And
find 13 leaves, and Paul comes back with like 50 or something.
I bet you can't find 13 different leaves or something. It's just so funny.
And as Jeremy said, in a quite wooded
Yeah. And then Paul goes, and then he says, "Wouldn't you say very successful bet?" And it's like, "Did you win? You have to win the bet." That was funny. I was so glad that Di did that because it was such a different everyone had a very different interpretation of the task.
Yes. I remember suggesting to Paul and I that we blindfold ourselves and try and name different basketball players, and then I was just going to take my blindfold off and read.
Next up was me. So a little bit of context. I was going to do a bunch of different challenges. So I thought that Paul would just beat me at a few. So it would be like, eventually I would win a bet and it'd be very satisfying. Yeah. So it'd be like, we'd do a basketball one, which he'd definitely beat me at, and like we'd do like just chucking balls into a pot, and it would be like a fun little like montage of things, and then I'll eventually beat him at something. And then there'll be little micro things, like have to scull a can of Coke. So I'd have to do all these things that I'd set for myself. And then I just threw a Frisbee further than him first go. And so I was like, oh, shit. Now I have to like come up with something funny, and got a big, massive can to be filled with unbranded cola so that there would be some sort of conclusion. It wasn't just throwing a Frisbee once. Because I thought he would have way more arm strength than me. He just didn't have the right technique. Yeah,
and but was it? Did it land about the same spot, but his
Mine
just didn't
rolled.
roll?
Yeah. So I got very lucky. But also I was like, oh damn, because it was gonna be fun. Like I wanted to do like almost like an athletics like sports day with him.
Yes, you don't think about it till afterwards, but you're like, of course I should have. Like if you like a slight wording change on the way you did the bet, could have meant you could have done all the things anyway. But like you don't think until after. And
exactly, because I definitely said you didn't have to make one bet. You didn't have to just like do like in the time you had to make a bet and win. Yeah. And so,
And where does the bridge in the background go to? I believe it goes to somebody else's property.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to cross the
Republic of Ray.
I wish. The Republic of Ray's close to the dock.
And then we had Bubba and Paul. And Bubba really, this
is evidence that Bubba has not met us before.
Yes.
That's a challenge.
Underestimated Paul so much. She had a bike, but then the bike was very hard to pedal in the mud. It was mud, like the bike is kind of broken.
Yeah, rusted, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was muddy because there's been storms and stuff at this time. Yeah. When Bubba just starts eating chips and so just watching him and rooting for him, so funny. My favourite line, I think, of the episode, which she goes, "Oh, I'm getting bitten," and then he goes, "What, by the jealousy bug?"
Trying to take it, it's so good. Is Paul like an actual run? I think that's like his main form of
really
exercise.
Fit. So me and Paul used to play basketball together, and Paul is ridiculously fit. He was the one who was sprinting for the fast break. Like, we only played very casually, like at the YMCA. And he was the one who was just like putting in full effort the whole time, and gets quite into it, really.
One time, Guy. Do you remember there was a challenge of like tag 5 of your friends to do a 5K run or something? I can't remember what the online challenge was, but Guy Montgomery, I think, tagged Paul. They were like tagging each other, and then Guy tagged Paul 5 times, and so then Paul did a 25k run, or was it the other way around? Either way, they
wow.
I overheard maybe after this episode Paul and Jeremy talking about how much they love running, and I was like, God, these guys are insane.
Yeah, because it would have been just like, he would be like, I get a run in, but it's for my work. Yeah, ran 5k. It's pretty great. Next up is our live task, which was this is another thing that was edited out, is that I love doing this dumb little prank where they had said, don't throw the darts at each other, obviously. but I unscrewed the dart end and just had the little flute.
Yeah.
And I threw it at Ray. And it's my favourite prank because, like, the soul leaves your body because you're just like, the audacity, like, you don't feel the pain, but you just assume that it's delayed.
And you wouldn't believe this, but I screamed. and also, not only that, though, I had watched you take it off.
I unscrewed it, and then I went, I was like, so we're not allowed to throw them at each other like this. And I went, and you just... it's my favourite prank. If you ever play darts, it's a bit of fun.
Yes,
Don't make sure you definitely unscrew it. Do not throw a dart at someone, and don't throw the wrong end.
Yes.
But that was so fun. And then we were lined up together.
Yeah. Normally they took us off stage to set up. We went off stage behind the scenes when they set up the live task up on the stage. But for some reason, this one, did we just stay on the stage the whole time? Because I remember... I
don't think so, because we went back and we put our little vests on separately.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I remember us standing there in our vests, you doing that thing to me.
Yeah.
Me screaming, me saying that my life flashed before my eyes, and it was mostly Pokemon.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's really good.
And I also remember the Rainbow's End theme got played, and we just kind of like
danced to it. That's right. So then we had to line up behind the thing, and it was like very clear on camera, like the height difference between me, Di, and Karen. And I genuinely do, like, especially with the vest, it's like road patrol or like the walking school bus or something. Absolutely. And I'm just like, you look like two little kids.
Yeah, you look like Miss Honey with Matilda and Bruce Bogtrotter.
Yes, so then we gathered together.
And I remember saying we looked like the Wiggles had fallen on hard times.
Oh, yeah. Next up, we had the actual task where you had such a funny dart technique, which I guess the arc of it meant that the dart went down and threw like 3 at a time. And it was just the funniest thing. It was so perfect that you were last because it was just, we all kind of did it and it was a bit of fun and like, it was like a really fun live task to do.
And we had seen some of the penalties, but not all of them.
Yes, totally.
And then I immediately get 3 at once.
And it was really funny because I think Jeremy was like, "Oh, 1 penalty's enough," and Paul was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, I think I fought for. Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure the task said per balloon popped, and very funny. And then when it was like you'd be on penalties, and Paul was like, and then I said second eye patch, but I think they had planned to do that anyway because he had a second eye patch. Like, why else would he have another eye patch? And you put your glasses back on over the top. Great gag, and just so funny. The throwing, the screaming after every throw. I couldn't tell what was going on. It was nice to be able to watch it for the first time.
Yes.
Paul having to aim me every time. I remember Di told me afterwards, I nearly got the black balloon, the balloon right in the middle.
Yes, it bounced off. Oh. And I don't think they got a good shot of it because you know how we all reacted and you were like, what happened?
Yeah.
It bounced off the black balloon. Like it just like... The side of it hit it, which again, how? Like, what are the chances?
But yeah, it was and I think me getting my own balloon finally in my last throw
was great. It was like you couldn't have scripted it. One of my favourite live tasks. There are a couple more live tasks. I think the next episode live task I really enjoyed.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I think I saw it in the next season.
Yeah.
Next episode. Yeah, I think that one was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
And the other one about this is I think... we had to wait for all the balloons to get blown back up again and again. And also, it was harder than it looked, I would say.
Yes, it is hard. I was lucky that I think someone put we all had the exact same number of balloons. Yeah. But I think when putting them together, they put that in the wrong spot. So I had a little cluster. So I feel like I had a bigger area to aim for, which helped me win the live task.
Yes, I remember. Yes, I think. Yeah, anyway.
But I still had the same amount of balloons, but they were closer than I think that they intended them to be. Who is taller between me and Ray?
I slouch a lot and you also wear heels a lot, but I think...
I wasn't wearing heels in this one.
No, but
that's why I'm not even in heels and I look like a massive giant compared to them.
I think we're very close in height, but I always want to say that I'm slightly taller than you, but you might be...
I think I'm slightly taller than you. You've got puffy hair.
I've got puffy hair, but I've got eyeballs, and my eyeballs are above your eyeballs if we stand up.
Yeah, but you've got a small forehead. So your eyeballs are higher.
All right, this isn't going to get resolved.
Yeah, no, it's just because you're not even looking me in the eyes. My eyes are up here, and you think that your eyes are lower. That's just you trying to justify some sort of pervy shit you got going on. So the winner of this episode was Karen. Karen got her first win.
Yes, and you can see there I censored Jeremy's number.
Oh, yes, beautiful. Plumb my wells.
Yes.
Sexual intercourse had to be censored for
Yes,
7:30.
yes.
Come on!
Yes, which made it sound so much worse.
Yes, exactly.
What I had
It
written.
was just like, I want to have sexual intercourse with you. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's like I want to fuck you in the ass or like something really intense.
I try to write it as clinically as possible.
I don't know about Di's camera, actually.
No, I think, I don't know what happened to it. Well, I didn't win it, so...
Yeah. And that was it, guys. That's our recap. My next one will be next week, probably on Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday going forward. It's just this week I was in New Zealand, so had to change the date. Oh, you want to know the scores?
Yeah, do you want to give a series update?
Yeah.
Which, again, I don't think it's been done so far.
Let's do a series update.
You want to get the...
Let's have a look at the scores.
Are you just setting up a screen cap for it?
I'm just typing it on so it's on screen.
All right, so Karen is last on 55.
She's last on 55 even after that big win.
Yeah, and then coming in on fourth, is Ray on 58. Let me just double check that I'm reading these right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, I am. And then tied on 60 points, and I guess equal second place is Bubba and Di.
Oh, I'm winning at this stage.
On 60 points. And coming in first on
on 60. Wait, what are they on? 60?
60.
Yeah.
And coming in first is Mel on 64.
64.
So again, it's still very close. It's 9 points difference between first and last, which is...
That is an episode.
Yeah, that's an episode.
Yeah.
Genuinely can't predict who will win. Oh shit, wouldn't have picked Karen for last. That's interesting.
Karen has she's kind of just got unlucky, I feel like, on a few of them. Where like hers is similar to someone else's. It's like she's got a similar mindset. And she had the shame of like her leave New Zealand is that she didn't leave the room. And like a few things where it's like it's been justified. There's a couple where I think that Karen gets robbed coming up and already been.
Yeah. But I mean, and it's just the nature of the show is that it's the Taskmaster who decides, and Jeremy just has different
taste. And I reckon I was
to us.
robbed in some of them as well. I think we all get robbed at some stage, but overall it feels like it evens out in the end, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I don't know, but there was some great tasks, some great moments from everyone. The horror tasks. The horror task. Oh, someone did ask what's been our favourite task from the...
When someone said, do you agree with Jeremy's scoring? There's somewhere I don't agree, where he gave an orange 4 points.
Yeah, that one.
But for the most part, there's not that many that I was like, that was totally wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
For the most part, I thought was pretty bang on what I would mark them as well.
Yeah,
and I think there's some people from the UK that don't get New Zealand references and don't realise why some things are good and then go like, why is that like 5 points or why is that 4 points or whatever? Yeah. It's like, it's because it worked.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I 100% agree. Like when I was looking at some, I was like, oh, maybe I'd swap these two around. But it's never like huge differences.
And I think Greg has the same thing. I'll watch Greg score and go, oh, I didn't really agree with that scoring. But they just have the benefit of, I think their running time's a bit longer. Yeah. So they can chat about the prize task more and he's a little bit more comfortable bantering and explaining himself a bit clearer.
And it's just, but again, it's just the nature of the show is that the Taskmaster decides and the Taskmaster's just going to have different tastes. You know, Jeremy likes cricket. Yes. I don't like cricket.
Totally.
So he likes different things to me. I like different things to him. I was shocked that my Pokemon thing came first, but
what was second? Me, the frisbee. Exactly. So it makes sense. With only 2 1 bets. The UK episode's a couple of minutes longer, so they get it. Yeah. But like, no one's really given an example apart from the orange, like that I've seen, where they were like, this deserved this score. And I've kind of agreed and gone, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Like, I've never had a score I'm like, oh my God, that's totally fucked up. The only other one that people are a bit, like, trepidatious about is the fact that Bubba attacked Paul in the most unpredictable thing. Yeah. But I think you could argue that it was unpredictable how she would do it and how well it went. And, like, all of the, like, elements of it that made it really funny.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you attacked him as well. And Karen kind of attacked him.
I remember when Paul said I'd label all those three as attacks, and I remember I went no, and then Bubba went no. I was like, oh no, I'm not on Bubba's side. Bubba definitely attacked Paul. I think it's debatable whether or not throwing water is a prank.
And that is an attack.
It's a prank.
That's an attack.
It's a prank. It's a fun little prank between mates.
That's an attack. Okay, that's us. I'm gonna have some dinner now. But we'll see you guys next Wednesday. And I had a gig with Di, and he made me think, I can definitely do it, because he was like, I've been in this Discord or whatever, and I'm like, okay, he can work Discord. That was my thing. I was like, Discord will be the easiest way to get someone else on, but I'm like, can't be bothered explaining it and getting someone to download it and figure it out. It'll be hard. So we're going to head out. But thank you guys so much. Thanks to all the people who've followed and subscribed and things. We'll be back next week for another recap. And hopefully by the final episode we can get everyone on. That'll be great.
I think so.
That's the goal.
Yes.
And maybe we can try and see if Paul's free to come on for one.
Yeah, thanks for all your interesting questions.
Peace out, guys. Oh, where's the stop button? End.